Probably like most people watching this video channel, I kind of grew up in an information-rich world with theory books, jazz courses, and later on YouTube videos. And it's made me very curious about ways people learnt jazz before. I also noticed that a lot of students kind of learn all the theory but have trouble actually sounding like jazz. So this is an approach which actually requires very little theory. So if you're theory phobic, great. But even if you're not, it might be quite helpful for actually focusing on some stuff that you might not have focused on because you've been thinking mostly about theory. So as far as I know, the system goes back to the 1950s. The first musicians to learn from Charlie Parker, the so-called second generation bebop guys. This approach is actually taught at many universities and music schools today, but I don't know if many people outside of that system know what it is. We're going to actually build a kind of etude or study using some material. We'll need a line and we'll need a tune. By the way, composition, writing stuff, and putting lines over the neck and in different places is one of the best ways to internalize material so you can improvise. And if you're just playing stuff that you're already bored with, then you kind of need to do that to put new stuff in your playing. You can learn a line from a record. Always listen to it, even if you're learning it from a transcription book or something. A line today is this. And you want to sort of take account of the context in which it appears. So in this case, this line is over the chords A minor 7, D7. And I don't know if you can appreciate, but there's kind of like two chords here within the line. So that kind of all belongs to these sort of A minor-y sort of shapes, very standard guitar shapes. And that's all in the chord there. And this is something I think is really important for learning jazz, is to understand that a lot of the material, a lot of the melodic material comes straight out of the chords. This is something which actually is true in rock guitar as well. One of my favourite guitar solos is the first solo from Comfortably Numb by Dave Gilmour, and he uses those shapes there. I mean, I can't play it on this guitar, but chords can be a good source of melodic material. The tune we're going to do is a tune called Whisperin', or Groovin' High. I'm going to assume that you can read chord symbols, and you've got to have the ability to sort of spot patterns, but you can do this on the guitar fretboard. So if I play E flat major, and then we get A minor 7, D7, E flat major, and then F7. And there's a turnaround. F sharp, F minor, B flat 7. Okay. Right, so the thing to watch out for with this is this fingering pattern going down the neck like this. Okay? Now we can make use of this because what we can do is we can actually move our little line, which is over the A minor D7, remember, it's over this. And the G minor 7 C7, we just move the thing down by 2 frets. Again, it fits with the chord shapes. By the time we get to this one, we're out of frets, so we kind of have to refinger, and we use our ears to do that, right? Now, if you have trouble using your ears to refinger things, then just start with a few notes. I mean, this is 3 notes here. It's a great habit to get into, like finding different places to play things. We're going to do some more on that in a sec. Now we can actually construct this bebop head by Dizzy Gillespie. So we're going to use a couple of notes from E flat major, bebop, bebop, very common rhythm, one and, bebop, bebop, right? We're going to bebop, bebop, our first lick, and bebop, and bebop. Now move it down by 2 frets, and then we do another bebop. This on the F chord, bebop, and then with the refinger, and then we get our turnaround. There's a line on this, which you can listen to the record to learn. It should be hopefully straightforward, and everything can be just done out of the chord shapes I've just shown. For instance, the E flat major. If you know a few chord shapes, this shouldn't be too difficult. The other thing we can do is we can start to move these lines around the neck. So one thing it's good to do is to pop it up an octave. And again, just work on a few notes at a time. So this is, if you know the cage system, it might be helpful. Okay. Work like this in step. And then you've got this. And then work out what that is. You can try different fingerings to see what works. Now we can take that, transpose it if you want, down 2 frets. But it's also good to learn it in different places. So you take this. This is kind of an A minor chord shape. And put the same thing up here. So my guitar gets a bit rattly up there. Which is another reason why I want to have things in different places, because this guitar has limitations. It's a brilliant guitar, but I can't play as high as I can on my Telly or my 335. Okay, so now I'm going to put that with the rest of the tune. We got our bebops again. So again, we can take our bebops from the E flat major chord. Bebop, bebop, and we've got this. And then bebop, let's do a little twiddle. Bebop, and another twiddle. And then I'll turn around there. Okay? So that's how you build a bebop tune. Dizzy Gillespie, of course, wasn't a guitar player, but I think this is the sort of thing a guitar player could have come up with. The next step is to take this principle and apply it to another tune. We're going to do the first 8 bars of Stella by Starlight. Stella by Starlight's like this. E minor 7 flat 5. We're going to forget about the flat 5 and just call it E minor 7 A7. I know it's a bit cheeky, but it works. C minor F7, F minor B flat 7. E flat, we go bebop on that one, and then now the line will fit perfectly over all of these apart from the last one. So bebop, and then over this one it's faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Until now our chords have lasted 1 chord per bar, and now we've got 2 chords in the bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we just make our line shorter by cutting off the end. Okay, so we get this. Okay, and that's a nice little line on Stella by Starlight. Again, it's kind of too regular, really, to be an improvisation, but it's a start of something. So what we would do to sort of make our line a little bit more improvised, and this is kind of a halfway house. We're not up to full improvisation yet, but we're kind of getting there. And we're doing it through composition and through making these studies. Apply this to, again, to grooving high, but have a few different 2/5 licks or these sorts of things that work on A minor 7, D7. So I've got a few here. Here's one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's one. Okay, here's another one. This is from Scrapple from the Apple. Original key is on G minor 7, C7. Okay, same principle as the grooving high lick from earlier. We move it down 2 frets. You can collect these. Don't question where they're coming from. Just steal them. You don't have to be original at this point. You just have to take other people's stuff and apply it. What we're going to do is the grooving high lick again. And then we got last one, which is going to be this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so we're going to try and put them into our grooving high chord progression to come up with a line that's a little bit more soloistic. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play some more rhythms on the chord tones, but these are just chord tones of E flat major and F7. So I'm just using F major there. Okay, keep it nice and simple. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. And there's no reason why I have to use that particular order. You can mess around with it, change it as you like. But that's one really strong step towards improvisation through composition. And the more you do this, and the more sort of 2/5 licks you learn, and the more you muck around with things, then the more fluent you're going to get with this. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.